Well, let's try this next one. I don't know how familiar you are with this whole thing, and there's a few different dimensions to this.
I'll get familiar quick.
This question, a popular one, sent in to CornyDriveThru@gmail.com from Gary in Ireland. What are your thoughts on the Will Ospreay situation? He is currently suffering spine and neck issues that are worse than expected. Also, does Jim have any thoughts on Kenny Omega's comments that Ospreay only got injured because he was trying to fill Omega's shoes?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, maybe they're friends. They probably are, since they're the modern generation. So then Twinkle Toes is being in gimmick saying that. If they're not friends, then fuck him again. But I've got to be honest with you. I've seen clips of about 3 Will Ospreay matches, not the whole matches, just the clips. And I did not feel the need to search out any more, because some people, including good old Uncle Dave out on the West Coast, say, oh, he's the greatest wrestler in the world. And here we are with the Cirque du Soleil and the gymnastics above all else, and that being the most important thing. And everybody says, oh, he does all these amazing things. Well, how old is he? Is he still in his 20s, I assume?
I believe so. Hold on, I will get you his age.
Okay, bad neck, bad back,
28.
Bad whatever. 28 years old. That's a magic number these days. And he's already got serious injuries. So, and I'm not knocking the guy, and I hope he gets better. I've never met him. I don't have anything against him. I haven't seen him wrestle the Invisible Man or any sex toys. I can't say that he hasn't, but I haven't seen it, so I have nothing against him. But seriously, another small guy that does a lot of gymnastics that has wrecked his body, because that's what you're going to do when you do all that shit. And yeah, when I used to be a kid and go to the circus and see the trapeze artists, or when I really was younger and had more time, I watched the Olympics. Especially the 72 Olympics was a big deal for the whole terrorist thing and everything else. But you'd watch the floor exercises with the gymnastics. And yeah, they're 145 pounds. That's why they can do 16 flips in a vault off the ground and land in the pike position. But that's not pro wrestling. And you don't look like a pro wrestler when you're doing that. It's just for these people that think that that's what it's supposed to be now. But that's why there's hardly anybody again watching. So instead of learning to work and simulate a struggle and a contest, and possibly deciding that maybe you're not big enough and strong enough and impressive enough looking visually to be a badass, kick-ass professional wrestler, let's follow in the example of all these other small children and get in the ring to do gymnastics and flips and dives in an unconvincing fashion until we cripple ourselves because we only weigh 150 pounds. It's a vicious circle, Brian. I'm sure there's a lot of basketball fans out there that wanted to play in the NBA, but they were born white and 5'7" with a big fucking stomach and flat feet. Should we change the rules of basketball to allow them to participate also? So, anyway, why are we surprised? We're going to watch the Dynamite Kid on Dark Side of the Ring this week. He put himself in a wheelchair, and he looked a lot better physically and was a lot more of a fucking badass than Will Ospreay or any of these young, small kids doing death-defying fucking cheerleading routines. That's not wrestling.
Ospreay was forced to vacate the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
How much does he weigh? World Heavyweight Championship. I've seen the video clips. Can he weigh 200 pounds? Is there anything on his Wikipedia that might suggest his physical size or stature?
I'm looking that up now. I know when I first saw him, he was slight, but I believe he's gained weight since then. I have him here as, if this is correct, according to Wikipedia, he is 6'1", 231.
What? All right, well, apparently he's bigger than he looked like.
He's put on weight like dynamite.
Is that he used to be quite a bit smaller? I haven't seen a picture of him lately.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, well, then especially if you're 230 pounds, you don't need to be doing all them gymnastics, because then that will blow your knees and back and everything else. You sense a common theme. Just cut off the gymnastics. We've seen it. It's boring. It's dreck. It's caca. It's phony.
To that extent, to be fair and to be honest, Ospreay's better at it than most. To the point where even though everyone does it, he stands out.
Yeah. To the point where he's now standing out in the parking lot with fucking bad back and a bad neck and don't know when he's going to be able to wrestle again at all. And he's 28 years old.
Jim, did you see the comments Kenny Omega made about the Will Ospreay situation?
You read me the one line earlier. I'm not sure whether it was in gimmick or not, and they're really friends, or if he's just as big a prick as I think he is.
Well, here are some comments. I will attempt to do them in the Omega voice.
Oh, boy.
Before I left New Japan, I pulled aside Ospreay and Jay White, Omega said. I don't even know if I should tell this story, but I will. I told both, this company, at least the Western expansion, and the pride of the foreigners, it's all in your hands. They're going to look up to you to carry this thing, so you've got to do it. I said it to Jay and Ospreay, knowing it was a likely scenario, but also hoping to light a fire under both of them. Omega felt the conversation lit a fire under Ospreay, who underwent a physical transformation and made a complete career shift. I'm going to stop doing the Omega voice, but his other quotes here, for Ospreay, he really came into his own, Omega admitted. He made a complete career shift, and he was going to be a fantastic champion. He made changes to his body. He made changes to his style, his look, his demeanor. He became the person that he needed to be the champion of that company. Unfortunately, becoming champion wasn't enough for him. He tried to fill my shoes.
Oh, for God.
Physically, even though he is one of the most gifted performers to ever step foot in a ring, there was only one Kenny Omega. And you can't fill those shoes.
Okay, he's got to be in gimmick now.
Now he has to be. He's
got to be in gimmick. There's no way that even an insufferable twat like Kenny Omega would say that with a straight face. But hold on here a second. Hold on.
What are you typing?
Will Ospreay. I want to see what he looks like now.
Let me finish Omega's quote while you're doing that.
Okay, go ahead.
Thus, now his belt is vacant. So perhaps it was always meant to be my belt, and my belt alone. That's not me making a firm statement as to whether I'll make a venture out there. Just to say that there is no one that can fill my shoes or override my legacy.
Oh,
when Ospreay comes back, he'll have to reanalyze who he is and who he's meant to be, because he's not meant to be me.
What?
He's such a douchebag.
Okay, hold on here.
Okay.
Will Ospreay versus Ricochet. Pro Wrestling World Cup Finals.
If you remember,
what popped up.
We saw that years ago, the opening 30 seconds of Ospreay and Ricochet doing a dance routine. That's not.
Was that what? Whoa, wait a minute. Okay, then hold on. This could be fun. If I remember that was the hokiest goddamn thing I'd ever seen in my life. Wait a minute. He got all kinds of entrances. Here we go. They're about to ring the bell. And one guy runs and Ospreay jumps off the ropes with a fucking cutter, but Ricochet ducks under, sweep kick, duck, push each other off, flip into the rope, flip back, arm drag, flip to his feet, fucking just run by the guy for no reason. 2 cartwheels by Ricochet and a backflip over this. And now he backflipped, head scissored him, and Ospreay does a cartwheel. Ospreay does a ankle scissors, and they both vault to their feet. They're still wearing their robes. Okay, I've seen enough. Fuck Will Ospreay. He's goddamn Cirque du Soleil bullshit. Hope I never have to fucking look at that again. All righty. I thought he was trying to be a serious wrestler.
I just forwarded you an email that contains a match for you to watch. Will Ospreay versus Walter.
No.
Yes.
No.
I just sent you the link. I mean, you can't watch it now. It's 40 minutes, but I just sent you the link.
I will watch that because this fucking little white kid against Walter, that could be That could be a fucking German S&M video. Oh, boy. No wonder he's got a fucking wrecked body and he's 28 years old. If he's doing it in the first 90 seconds, 60 seconds, they did more phony looking shit that I've seen Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat do. I've been watching them for 40 years. So there you go.